Can anybody read this for me? Can anybody say this for me?
我饿了。
Today we're going to be talking about China, or Chinese history, and that little saying is how you say, I'm hungry. My name is Alicia, and I'm going to be talking about the Hungry Ghost Festival. Now, the festival itself will last for one day, but the Hungry Ghost Month will last for a whole month. This year, the festival is on August 15th, and the first day of the month will be August 7th. It happens on the 7th lunar calendar every year. The first day is always around the 7th. The festival always happens on the 15th. The very last day of the 7th lunar calendar is when the whole event ends. Now, how the festival or the month originated varies from different religion, different cultures, different areas of Asia. I'm going to talk more about the Chinese version. So, the story that I'm about to talk about has different versions, but this is the main version that you can normally find and read about. It is about a monk named Mulan. His mother died when he was very young. She did something right before she died, and she went in her afterlife, she was sentenced to starve. She would never have the satisfaction of feeling full. One day, she was able to cross over and find Monk Mulan, and she had told him she could not deal with the pain of starvation anymore, and begged him for help. Monk Mulan did not know what to do, so Monk Mulan went and found Buddha, asked Buddha for help. Buddha then told Monk Mulan that he needed to gather all the monks around and feed them, give them a feast, and that all the monks would help him. That's what Monk Mulan did. He cooked a feast, he fed all the monks, and all the monks were happy. So then they prayed, and they prayed very hard. And the next day, Monk Mulan's mother was reborn again, and she was no longer hungry. So during the 7th lunar calendar of every year, this year in August, that is when the gates of hell open. It is said when the gates of hell open that the spirits from the afterlife cross over, and that is the breaking point when the ghosts, the spirits, are closest to you. They're roaming the streets right next to you. Starting on the 7th of August this year, or the 7th day of the lunar calendar after this year, it is said that you do not swear, that it is very rude. You do not kick items, move items off the street. The ghost can possess you. Do not take pictures at night. Now, I know around where I'm at, and probably most of you guys know what I'm talking about whenever I say if you take a picture at nighttime, you see a little orb, people tell you it's a spirit. You do that during the 7th lunar calendar over in China. It is said that now the ghost is yours. The ghost or spirit is very unhappy with you and will follow you around and torture you because now you have trapped it. Do not redecorate during this month. It makes the ghost unhappy. If you leave your door open, it is an invite to bring the ghost into your house. Now, the very first day, a lot of people will burn money, cell phones, any type of luxurious item that your previous loved ones liked or you may think that they like. So it's not uncommon to walk around the streets and see a bunch of ashes or smell a lot of burning stuff. I do have a picture of what the barrels and everything look like whenever you walk down the streets of things that you might see. So right here is a picture of a family who gathered and they just burned a bunch of stuff on the very first day. The very first day, and throughout the whole month, but the very first day is when a lot of people burn because it's their first time over, so they start giving them stuff that they like and they know they like, so they can transition back and forth because they can't carry a lot. Here's another one. These people have it in barrels, and you can see the food. That is how they set up the streets. They put tables of food, and then you can even put food on the ground. It said the ghosts only roam at nighttime, so at sunset is when you're supposed to be home. After sunset's when the ghosts roam, and it's not said to go outside after that because they can attack you if you're not in a well-lit area. It's said not to swim at nighttime because they can drown you. Now on the 15th of every month for the 7th lunar calendar is the biggest festival. They have shows. If you see, a bunch of people gather around, but you have the first row of chairs empty. The first row of chairs at the festival is meant for the spirits of the afterlife. During that day, they have parties throughout the whole day, and they spend that day, everybody takes off work and they spend it with their loved ones of the afterlife during the day and during the nighttime. Now, the very last day of the 7th lunar calendar is when the gates of hell close and the ghosts need to go back home. So a lot of people will make boat lanterns, put them in the river to help guide the spirits back to where they need to go. And once that day is over, everybody returns back to normal. It's safe to walk the streets again, it's safe to swim at night, safe to take pictures at night. Now you'll go through different religions and stuff, and you'll find different stories. Again, I was just focusing on the Chinese one. Another cool thing, if you're more interested about this, there's 2 movies that I've watched. One made in 2008 called A Month of Hungry Ghost. One made in 2014 called A Hungry Ghost Ritual. Both of them will give you a better insight on what I'm talking about. I think it's a pretty cool month. I kind of like it. I like different things about China too, so this was really interesting. I hope I interest everybody else. It's a really cool subject to learn about, especially since we don't hear much about Chinese traditions. If anybody has any questions, I can try to answer them to the best of my knowledge. Just comment or write me. I hope everybody has a nice night. Thank you.